r/AskReddit. What is the biggest everyday scam that people put up with? Ink prices. Doesn't even cost them a quarter to manufacture the ink, yet they're selling at $60 plus. Buy a laser printer. I have a Brother laser printer which I bought for $100. The toner doesn't dry up over time. Each cartridge prints around 1,000 sheets, and you can buy knockoff toner cartridges that are around $30. Can confirm. Brother is an excellent printer brand. One toner cartridge lasts for years, and if it slows down, just shake it a little and it's good to go. And I've never had jams or needed to go to the store to buy cyan when I'm ducking printing in black and white and I'm out of yellow now. What the duck is happening? This guy I took a math class with in college told me about how in the 90s he set up a fake tech help hotline and charged the most per minute possible. He would then go downtown dressed in a suit and go to a random office pretending he had an interview and act surprised that he was in the wrong place and beg to use their phone to figure out where he needed to go. He would then call his hotline and pretend to have a conversation for just over a minute. So he got paid for 2 minutes and thank the receptionist and leave. This scam is incredibly 90s. Love it. Yep, I can imagine Kramer doing this. Paying service fees when paying for something online. Delivery charge on tickets that you are printing at home is another one. Delivery charge for will call tickets, like WTF. Why can't we live in a world where we don't have to expect that any call from a number not in our contacts is a scam or spam 99% of the time? Side note. Have these gotten way worse over the last year for anyone else? October was especially bad. I get at least 5 calls a day on weekdays now. It's definitely exploded in the past few months. Even with RoboKiller on my phone, it still gets the first ring in before RoboKiller stops it. So annoying. Textbooks, at least at US universities, depending on the subject, they can cost anywhere from $100 to $400 per book. New editions are released annually to ensure that the content remains up to date, open bracket, and the price remains high. For an egregious example, I had a graduate level economics course that required a $300 textbook, $150 when rented for the semester, which actually had an international version available online that was the exact same book but instead cost $60 retail. The only thing is that the book was listed as being not for distribution in the US. I spent $150 on a lab manual this semester and it didn't even have any binding, just the pages. Duck them. Seriously. One of our lab manuals was a PDF file that we had to print ourselves. Still $150. Bolt on fees for bullshit that takes no time at all and generally doesn't have a material cost. Booking fees and the like. I'm looking at you. Got into an argument with the gym when signing up. They advertised no startup fees. Then during the process informed me of a card fee for the membership card. When I argued that they were just calling the startup fee by a different name, they didn't agree. Didn't sign up. Edit 1. Since someone called me a poor douche, this was literally a charge for the card needed to gain entry to the gym, not a credit card fee, and it was required to start the membership, aka a startup fee. It was a matter of principle, not financials. The gym was close to my work and would have been convenient. It's since closed. I ended up going to the Planet Fitness by my house. So I can look forward to paying the card fee every time I come? No, it's a one-time fee just at startup. Comcast. Ducking Comcast. We wouldn't let Bill Gates install Internet Explorer on his computers, but Comcast Time Winner exists. Too bad we're the only high-speed internet provider in town. Rub nipples. No, this isn't a monopoly. You can still get DSL from the city. Rubs nipples. Edit. Before it happens. If you want to gild me or the guy above me, just donate it. The fact I am getting 5-10 spoof number spam calls a day now. That should be punishable by mob beatings and being fed to pigs. Edit. To make matters worse, I have a small business and advertise my cell number, so I have to answer every call all courteously because it might be a new client. Edit 2. Oh my, it's such an honor to have a comment blow up like this. So many people to thank. I of course have to thank the Karma Horse that reposted a mass question to AskReddit. Where would this community be without all you hardworking hoes? And of course the real heroes, the spammers. Those are shats that make it impossible for me to find a number on my recent calls list. Seriously, eat shit and die, and then get eaten by pigs and shit out as pig shit. And finally, to all the peeps that voted, thank you. Stay in school, eat your broccoli, and maybe one day you too will be the 200th person to mention the same thing on one post and for some reason have it go apeshit crazy popular. Now as soon as I find out where to cash this fancy karma, I'm outta here, you filthy peasants. I get so many calls from almost my own damn number. Why do they think that will make it less suspicious? My grandmother was called by her actual freaking cell number a few days ago. They ghost the numbers in. None of them are real. I have dozens of blocked numbers on my phone and it barely slows them down. Paying a giant cable bill to watch commercials edit. Thank you for the gold. Yup, the original selling point of cable was no ads. How quickly we forget. Yup, that's why I'll never pay a game till commercials are removed. Promises to take money up front instead of showing ad takes your money, takes ad people's money to duck you, calls you a thief for retrieving content under the terms of the first deal and not getting ducked head. 50% sale on every ducking shop window. If you've paid for something that isn't at least 30% off when at Kohl's, then you are doing it wrong. At Christmas my in-laws spend half the day recounting how much of a discount they got off each present and the amount of Kohl's cash they either used or received from the purchase. It's like a sport to my spouse's family. Razor blade prices. Winston, do you got any razor blades I could have? Not one. I've been using the same one for 6 months myself. The damned book never ceases to be relevant. If you tell the truth I won't get mad. Which usually turns into no, I'm not mad, and then 2 minutes later, I just think it's funny how. Not with my dad. He went straight to the belt when I told him the truth. Learned to lie quick when he said that. College textbooks. You change a goddamn picture and release it as a new version and broke college kids have to buy it. It's the goddamn worst. Pearson is worse. Duck Pearson. Susan G. Komen Foundation. People love this shit. For some reason. I hate that. You make a donation, most of that money pays the board of execs. Barely any goes to research. They're about awareness, not research. Having to give your email address out to basically any company you buy something from so they can spam your inbox. Yes, I'm aware you can unsubscribe. But it's a pain in the ass. I've got a life to live and it doesn't involve meticulously curating my email inbox on a regular basis. This is why I have a Gmail account that is strictly for junk mail. I know the password for it so I can log in to verify if I need to, but otherwise, I never check it. Okay, I forgot my password to this site I use like once a year at most. Just going to reset it. Go into the mail account it's connected to, and though I got 5k emails since last I was here. Direct-to-consumer prescription drug marketing. People shouldn't go to the doctor and ask for a drug they saw on a commercial by name. That's just insane to me. Commercials like that are illegal in my country. You can only advertise over-the-counter medicine. Only legal in the US and New Zealand. Apparently Canada also allows it, but with some restrictions. Superfoods. They are all products of marketing and fads. Spinach is better and cheaper than kale. Strawberries, blueberries just as good and cheaper than acai, etc, etc. Pro tip. Spinach and kale are super easy to grow. I'm afraid to grow my own food. I feel like I'll duck it up and poison us all. Jelly juice. The woman gets destroyed on Dr. Phil about her pseudoscience yet still making a killing. If Dr. Phil says number, then it must be really bad. Well, it's rotten cabbage sun tea that causes horrific diarrhea, beautiful waterfalls. She claims it can cure the gay and regrow limbs. It was a spectacle that neither Dr. Phil nor the producers of his show had to engineer much. Cell phone data. They sell it like it's a finite resource. Like they'll run out if they give you too much. But yet if you don't use it all that month, none of it rolls over. In Canada we also pay the same amount of money for 2 GB that other countries get 100 GB or more for. I heard that one of the gigabyte mines ran dry recently. Looks like a rate hike in the future. They gotta ration those gigabytes. Documentation fees when buying a car from a dealer. When I bought my car in August, I hammered out all the details before closing on Tuesday, leaving with a written price and a promise to come back the next day with a check from my credit union. Wednesday morning I come in with everything ready, only to have the person looking at the final paperwork with me quickly gloss over the $150 documentation fee. I stopped them there and said I'd brought a check for $X, not $X plus $150. They insisted it was necessary and non-negotiable. I insisted I'd take my business elsewhere. Have a good morning. They hemmed and hawed about it, but eventually got permission to lower the price of the car $150 so my check would be enough. I tend to let people walk all over me, so I was really proud of myself for standing up this time. That sort of bullshit happened to me when I bought my current car. They had me there for 8 hours or so by the time they brought up all the new fees and nonsense, I was tired and said fine. Next time, I'm going a different route, similar to what you did. Never dealing with that again. Duck dealerships. Built-in obsolescence. Consumers spend good money to buy products that are designed to fail or become obsolete in order to stimulate further sales. Not only that, but replacement parts become unavailable or are so expensive to buy and install that consumers end up replacing the item completely, even though it should have much more useful life. This is mine too. So hugely immoral and unethical, but people like getting new toys so it's barely noticed unless you're poor. Multi-level marketing schemes. Similar schemes bankrupted entire countries before, but they somehow churn along just fine in the form of Amway. Edit. People have been asking for an example. Read a little bit about the Albanian Civil War, or listen to it in video format. And thanks for the PMs. Moms losing money. I am sure some of it is simply confirmation bias, but I would love to know why so many moms seem to get suckered into MLM schemes. Edit. A lot of people are replying that moms want easy, low hours, work from home jobs. I kinda want that too as a single guy. I know MLMs are bullshit, but the concept is appealing. My question is, why do moms fall for it? Another point that is brought up is the actual products that tend to appeal to women. Once again, if the hype was real, I as a single guy would happily sell to women. Don't discuss your pay with fellow employees. Part of me understands that it's kind of tacky to do so, but I read that it was the company's way of not paying people what they deserve. Edit. Clarification on my definition of tacky. My stepdad brainwashed me into never talking about finances because it reflects poorly on some people because they can't tithe enough at the church. Glad that's behind me. Also, RIP in peace. Inbox. I've never heard a company directly say this, but it is so ingrained in US culture they really don't need to. Food labels. Good source of whole grains on sweetened cereal. All natural on orange and apple juice. No high fructose corn syrup on bread that has bleached white flour and some other form of sugar. The best is low fat. When we're finding out that fat was never the issue. It was the sugar and carbs that caused diseases. The food industry is biggest scam in the world. Not sure how scam this is considered, but internet package prices. It is super easy and cheap to provide basic internet speeds these days with the foundation we've already laid, so when ISPs charge insane amounts for a mediocre package, that's very much abusing their regional monopoly powers. Like Spectrum. We had TWC and had 300 Mbps internet for $69.99/month. Spectrum took over and our speed slowed to 100 Mbps, but they marketed to us as it being a 500 savings. Now they say that their lines can't handle any faster speeds. Beauty product commercials. Especially mascara commercials. They are like, wow, look how good this mascara is, and the woman is so clearly wearing false lashes. And anti-aging ads featuring 21-year-old models. Come on now. Health insurance in the US. Isn't it the entire industry rather than just insurance? What's sad is despite there being such a giant bureaucracy behind providing healthcare in the US, everyone on both ends of it, the doctors, nurses and patients, are absolutely shafted with debt. Ticketmaster and their resale policies. We arrest fine ticket people who scalp outside of venues, but it's perfectly legal to resell the tickets on Ticketmaster or StubHub because the website gets a kickback, and that's just messed up to me. Also processing convenience fees when no other option to purchase exists. A few weeks ago I was in London. enjoying many of the completely free museums they have to offer. I wondered why such world famous museums would be free when they could easily charge money. I saw a sign that said, "This museum is made free due to lottery funds." And I thought it was really cool how lottery taxation and profits in London go towards making something so amazing free. I don't know how much lottery money in the States really does go to helpful causes, but I hope it's a lot and isn't just a scam. In Georgia it pays for heavily subsidized in-state college tuition. In Georgia, watchdogs have been claiming for years that the numbers on the lottery and education funding don't add up. But thankfully the governor addressed the issue and made it illegal to release information showing where the lottery funds actually go. Selling water at a few dollars a bottle. Listing prices as $XX 99 to make them seem cheaper. It's a psychology trick. It works. We see $199.99 and think that is less than $200. But it's exploiting human security vulnerabilities. And worst of all, we could have all these beautiful, round numbers, but instead we end up with a bunch of nines everywhere. Zeros are more orderly than nines and deserve more respect. Outrageous title insurance fees every time you buy or refinance a house. $50 FedEx fee please. But the docs were emailed. Built a house this year and when we were signing the paperwork we had to pay the hoa close to $500 to mail us their packet of info. It was just a manila envelope with a stack of papers detailing their rules and whatnot. That really pissed me off. Various forms of MLM, and those naive people on FB defending schemes they work for. It's not a pyramid scheme. It's a multi-level marketing job. Beach. This is pyramid scheme. Yep, my neighbor sells at works and I try to avoid her at this point because she is constantly trying to recruit my girlfriend to sell under her or trying to get me to buy products for her. Also makes grandiose claims that it's helped her lose 20 pounds over a few months, etc. I've known my neighbor since school. We are roughly the same age, and she was at most 110 pounds soaking wet. If she lost 20 pounds she would be dead. My niece has recently got involved in one of these. When I met her recently she kept shoehorning it into the conversation about how she's running a business. Black Friday sales. The thing that made me realize how ducked it all is was working in a furniture store. We were selling these small storage ottomans for Black Friday. Regular price $39.99. Sale price $19.99. You know how much we paid for them? A ducking dollar. I'm breaking my NDA by telling you all this. LOL. Last year, I was at a store looking at coats in late September/early October. I happened to notice one I liked and bought for $30. Went in early November to look at something else and the same coat was now around $50. Went in on Black Friday and the coat was on sale for $35. The new and used car market in the United States. I don't think there is a field more shady and potentially harmful to the consumer. The fact that you have to go to a dealership to buy a car, although I really hope Carvana.com takes off. Let me specify a make and model, the color, and accessories and just deliver the damn thing to me. I'll arrange my own financing and don't bother with the "oh I need to speak to my manager" because saying duck you. If you're not authorized to sell a vehicle then why am I bothering with an underling? Is very satisfying because they know you know the deal here. I'm not sure this qualifies but payday loans. I haven't ever done one but they are obviously all over and they prey on poor decisions made by poor people. Hundreds if not thousands of % interest just because people can't get out of the trap that they put you into. Predatory lending is just awful. People get into this routine and can't get out because they are drowning in fees. Believing C-level executives when they speak to the press. Believing C-level executives when they open their mouths, you mean everything they say is a narrative with the underlying theme of how can I get more. Donations to certain political groups by large private groups and companies. Paying for parking at a hotel you're staying at already. Healing crystals and other quackery like this. People paying top dollars to get a stone which does nothing else than just look good. As someone who loves rocks and minerals precisely because they look good, screw all the scammers driving up the price of quality specimens with their new age bullshit. The 40-hour work week. You are so lucky to have 40-hour work week. My country, Hong Kong, has no legislation regarding maximum and normal working hours. The average weekly working hours of full-time employees in Hong Kong is 49 hours. And keep in mind that most people in Hong Kong work overtime without extra pay. I'm an IT guy who has to visit users' desks routinely. No one works a 40-hour week. They may occupy the chair for 40 hours but they aren't working. How do you have an almost 4-year-old account with -1 karma? Have been a silent redditor most of the time, and when I posted something it was often at small subreddits asking for advice. Apple, orange, lemonade drinks, contain 0% juice. Junkies approaching you at the train bus station with a bullshit story like, "Hey buddy, I just worked a 12-hour night shift and I forgot my cash at home. Could you give me 50 cents so I can grab a coffee and a ticket to get home?" It becomes a bit awkward if you see the same guy with the very same story 3 days in a row. 10 years ago I visited Leeds in the UK. On my way to the station a man approached telling me he needed 20p to get his bus home. He'd forgotten his card and thought he had the right change. I didn't have change so apologized and moved on. A year ago, 9 years later, I was in the very same station and he was still there. He asked again for 20p to get home and explained the situation. I had to give him the money. Can you believe it? He'd been there for 9 years and nobody had given him 20p. College tuition in America. All those click here to claim your free ads. That we have no ducking control over our own technology. I can't turn off Cortana. I have to edit like 30 things to duck with my core files. Tech is getting less and less friendly to people who actually want to mess with it. At least Linux is a thing, and more stuff is supporting it. Train prices in the UK. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.